From the heart of Houston, it's fun, it's engaging, it's Chattin' with Chelsea. She's daytime's new bestie. Here's your host, Chelsea Edwards. Come back to me.
Hey, besties. Thank you for joining me for another Chat with Chelsea. I'm your girl, Chelsea Edwards. All right, I have a new bestie I cannot wait to tell y'all about. Reagan Bregman is here on the show today. She is the wife of Houston Astros superstar Alex Bregman, and she is so sweet. But this lady is not just somebody's arm candy, let me tell you. She is an entrepreneur, also a mom of a toddler boy, so you know we can chat all day about being a boy mom. We're going to talk about that and all the things that she's into. But first, a little Chelsea chat for you today. When I am by myself, you know, like my son is with his dad or something like that, and I don't have to put a whole lot of effort into dinner, I do what we like to call a girl dinner. You know, low effort, not a lot of nutrition, I will say. And my girl dinner that is my go-to, because I'm from Texas, it is chips and salsa. I could have it every night. If I can, I would. I mean, you got tomatoes for the fruit, you got the onions and bell pepper for the vegetables, and I mean, I might throw some cheese in there for protein, so I feel like I'm covering pretty much all the food groups, right? So Olivia on TikTok has told the world what a girl dinner is all about.
Cannot find the TikTok right now, but a girl just came on here and said how, like, in medieval times peasants had to eat nothing but bread and cheese and how awful that was, and she was like, that's my ideal meal. This is my dinner. I call this girl dinner.
You know who else has some good salsa to add to my girl dinner lineup? Reagan Bregman also is an entrepreneur and chases around a 2-year-old son.
Yes.
I don't know how you do it. You got your hands full, ma'am.
Yes, I definitely do.
Yes. So you're married to Houston Astros superstar third baseman Alex Bregman, but when you first met, you weren't really a baseball fan.
I was not. I always tell people that and they're shocked, but I was living in Austin at the time and working at Google and traveling to San Francisco. So like the last thing on my mind, honestly, was baseball or even just sports in general. I was so focused on work. So when I met Alex, it was like, oh, like I need to learn a little bit about this sport if we're going to date, because I've got to go to these games and I need to know what's going on. So
I'm the worst.
Honestly, I could probably teach you now.
Please,
At this point, I could.
Where did you start when it came to learning baseball?
So I swear, I remember when I first met Alex, I went to a spring training game in Florida, and I was listening to a dad tell his son, I was just like eavesdropping,
nice.
Teaching his son about the game, and he was kind of leaning in like, all right, this is first base, this is what happens when, there's a foul ball or whatever, and I'm like kind of listening in. Like, I want to learn too, the kid's like 5. But I'm like, I need to like listen and kind of learn a little bit. So then over time, I started asking everyone that goes to the games with us questions. So then after this many years, I'm like, now I know a ton.
I like that. Okay, don't be shy when it comes to asking questions.
No, all the time.
I will take that first tip from you.
Yes.
Okay, so when it comes to your career, so you mentioned you were at Google before,
Yes.
And now you are a businesswoman. You've got jewelry, you've got salsa, all sorts of things.
Yes.
Was this something that you imagined before, like you always wanted to be an entrepreneur?
Yeah, I always did want to be an entrepreneur, and I think that's why I really loved working at Google, because they have kind of a startup culture and they're very fast-paced. They kind of treat it almost like that. And so I think for me, like I always knew I'd love to be in that environment, and I love startup culture, and I also did that in college. So I always wanted to be an entrepreneur. I didn't think it would happen when it did. I met Alex, and then whenever we moved in together, I decided to go back to school, and it was COVID time. So school did not really work out because it turned to like online, and I didn't like that, and it was really hard for me. So I was like, this is my chance. I'm going to start my own business because I have the time. It's COVID. We're at home all the time. I was always in athleisure. I'm like, I'm going to do that. So it kind of like just happened.
Yeah.
And then we started Wild Soul, and now I have jewelry. So it just kind of kept going, and I love it. I absolutely love it.
What's been the biggest lesson for you as an entrepreneur so far?
I think for me, it's that you can't do everything yourself. I want to do everything myself. I mean, I like, especially when I had my athletic wear line, which I've shut down now, but I really learned so much from that as my first business. And I learned that I can't do it all. And I think that's something that you got to figure out, how to get resources and people in the right place to help you, because I think it's really too much for one person to do every single thing.
Yeah.
And also, like, I'm not good at every single thing, right?
It's hard for us to admit that,
exactly,
right?
Exactly. Oh, it was so hard. I wanted to do everything. I didn't want anyone to touch it. It had to be mine and perfect and all that. And so I think for me, it's kind of letting go a little bit of perfectionism and trying to, like, focus on what really matters for the business, right?
Yeah. Okay. You're dropping all the gems today. Okay. Speaking of trying to do it all, you have a 2-year-old son, Knox.
Yes.
Such a cutie pie.
Thank you.
Do you believe in hiring help for him as well when it comes to, trying to juggle all the things?
I do. Yeah. I really do. That's something that I think I'm passionate about. I think that moms need a lot more help also maybe than they admit sometimes. It's hard to do. It's so hard. I barely trust anyone with him.
Yeah.
But I do believe in that, and I believe in taking a break when you really need it, if you can. And so for me, I'm so fortunate, though. I'm close to family. And so that's just a big help. For sure, definitely with having him, because like my parents will come over and, it just kind of alleviates me of doing every little thing. And I think it's very nice to have other people around that care for and love your child as much as you to, be there to kind of help out. So I'm a big believer in having help, and I'm with him so much. And so I think at first it was like, I don't want anyone to help, mom guilt. And I think over time I've kind of learned like, okay, I can have this balance of work and life and figuring out all the things, but I do need additional help for sure.
Yeah, I feel you because, being in the news business where I come from, a lot of people don't end up working in the cities where they're from, where they have family. And I've always said I'm so blessed to be able to have the family to help out.
Yes.
You need all of it. Right?
I know, that's honestly, it really is. It takes a village, and that's so true.
You are dropping some gems for us today. All right, coming up, we got to talk about the wild side of being a boy mom. It's all wild. We'll be back after this break. Back with Reagan Bregman. How do you create routine, which we know as moms is so important for toddlers, but you're like all over the place. How do you make that happen?
Okay, it's very difficult. I'm not gonna lie, it's so hard, and I'm still figuring it out. I think I'll always be figuring it out. Like I'm not sure I'll ever be done figuring it out, but I have learned little things that work for us, like a consistent bedtime routine. And even if it's at a little bit different time, because sometimes it is, because we travel and we have hard days and long days, and I had an 11-hour delayed flight when I was in going to Boston. And I was with him by myself at the airport forever. And then we got in at 1 a.m. I'm like, we didn't go to bed on time, but we still did like a quick little bath or shower, you know what I mean? PJs, book, like we do the same little routine, and that does help give me something. So I kind of cling on to these like little routines that I can fit in anywhere, even at a hotel, because that's another thing. We're at a lot of hotels. So I've kind of learned, what works for me and what works for Alex. And as long as my child is happy and healthy, that's like the most important thing.
I love it. I love you figuring out what works. I mean, we always have to, right? We don't have a choice. We gotta figure it out.
I know. I'm like winging it like the whole time. I remember calling people when I had him, and I'm like, what do I do about this schedule? Like, he's never going to go to bed on time. Do I stay up to the gate? Do I not see Alex? Like, do I go to bed early? Like, what do I do? And then over time, like, I just kind of figured it out. That's kind of what everyone told me, too. They're like, oh, you'll figure it out. And I remember being like, someone give me the rule book. Like, just tell me what to do. And it's like, they can't, right? Because you just do what works.
Right. And I can imagine a delay like that in an airport with a little bitty boy, because mine is like big boy energy. Like all of so.
Oh my gosh, major. I found this stroller that he like can't get out of. Thank God, because he learned how to unbuckle himself.
Oh, smart.
At the airport. That's where we found that out. I'm like, you come back here. I mean, if you see me at Bush, I'm freaking sprinting through the like baggage claim, like diving. I'm like tackling him basically on the ground, like because I can't. He's so fast.
Right. Oh my gosh.
So I'm frequently just making a fool of myself in public on the ground, tackling my child, trying to bring him back to the thing. But I also I was literally doing that last night on the field. I'm like, don't go near the tractor. Don't he thinks it's funny to run towards a tractor. I'm like, I'm like sprinting. So a mix of that. Just I think I like get mentally prepared. I'm like, the airport is my workout, okay? I'm not working out, I'm saving all my energy. the airport, I will wear my running shoes. If I gotta chase him, I gotta chase him, and then I'll let him down in certain times when I feel like I can handle it and he can handle it, like in closed spaces or like long hallways. Like I know he'll like to run back and forth, and honestly, we look crazy at the airport, but it's my sprinting.
Wow, yeah. Well, you mentioned, you know, you're trying to find time for him, the hubby, all the things.
Yes.
What is your ideal date with Alex?
Ooh, I love sitting outside at a restaurant. So like,
Nice.
I can just, that's it.
Yeah,
With
nice
a glass
patio.
of wine, sit on a patio. If there's live music, add a bonus, but doesn't have to be. I just love sitting out. There's something about sitting outside, and I love it. That
With
was
a
like one of our
glass.
first dates. Yeah, with a glass of vino and a good meal. Like that is my ideal date.
Okay. Well, I also heard that y'all are fans of Paul Wall.
Yes.
Who we had on the show.
him. Yeah.
And he shared with us his ideal date. Well, you just got to see it.
Okay.
Astro World Series.
Watching the Astros in the World Series. That's my ideal date.
is his
That
ideal
is
date.
my ideal date.
Nice,
And
okay.
the greatest date we ever had was watching Alex Bregman hit a walk-off. Oh, that was in Game 5 of the World Series. That was our greatest date we ever had.
I love it. Were we there?
Yes, we were there. What?
We were there.
We was in the suite.
I love it. It's like,
This is why I love
Solar
Crystal.
Blur. Yeah, right. Crystal's awesome.
I love her.
Yes. Okay. Well, what was that like for you? The whole World Series runs. And everything?
Amazing. I was not there for the first one.
Okay,
So I
yeah,
met
yeah,
Alex after it, but I
mhm.
was there for the second. It was so fun. So that's right when I had my son. So he was 3 months old.
Wow.
I think that was also part of the anxiety around like schedule and this and that. I want to go to the games and I want to celebrate the World Series. And that's where like I needed to have family and people help me a lot just because that was such a chaotic schedule. But it was so fun. And it's so cool getting to like bring him and go on the field. And now he loves baseball. So it's like, it's really cool to watch and kind of see him do that as a baby and kind of see all of that. And then one day I can show him like, look, you were there, you were 3 months old on the field. I was giving him a bottle, I think, in an interview. I'm like, what was I doing? But it was fun.
It was gorgeous. I mean, it's the most beautiful thing to me to see.
Yeah, it's
But
cool.
yeah, he's being raised around all this baseball. So
Truly.
we got to talk about that. Obviously, I could talk to you all day, but we got to take a
I know.
break. Yes, and then when we come back, you're going to show us one of your quick, fast recipes, protein balls, which I need in my life. We'll be back after this.
Come back to me. I got the feeling. Come back to me.
We're back with Reagan Bregman, wife of Alex Bregman, Houston Astros superstar, and you were always on the go. You follow the team, you follow your toddler, so you always need something, a good meal or snack to take with you.
Always.
Okay.
And I have a major sweet tooth, so I need that to be satisfied at all times. But I like to make these little like healthy on-the-go snacks.
I'm with you, girl.
You know?
Okay, I like that. I like that. Okay, so what do you have for us today?
So today I'm going to make something that I make all the time. It's a peanut butter protein ball. Well, I call it a protein ball. It's really just peanut butter and oats. So it's
Okay.
very simple, really easy to put together. Just throw them in the refrigerator, and then you kind of have them for a week, and you can pick them up after workout or whenever you're running out the door when you're a little bit hungry. So
Nice.
it's a great little snack.
Okay, so do we start with peanut butter or the
Yes.
oats?
Okay, so we start with peanut butter. So I do like, I would say a cup of it. Okay, I will say I also eyeball this entire recipe because I've been making them for so long.
That's how we do. We,
So.
lose the measuring. And it's just
like,
more
I don't
mess
have-
if you have like measuring cups.
Exactly.
to
Then you
deal
gotta
with.
like scoop it out of the measuring cup and wash that too. Like I'm trying to wash as little as possible.
Amen to that. Yes. Let's keep the dishes minimal. Okay. Are we using like half the
So
jar?
I'm gonna say half the jar.
Okay.
You need a lot.
it,
of
yes.
Peanut butter. You're gonna make a lot of little protein balls. So I do that. Should I just put this here? Okay. And then I do, so this is a hack. You buy the oat flour that's already ground up. This makes it just even faster.
All right.
So I add in about, I would say, equal parts oat flour
Okay.
and peanut butter.
And peanut butter. Okay.
Yep.
So you're once again we're eyeballing it.
We're
because
eyeballing
We're pros.
it. We think it's equal, but you will know based on the consistency because you want to be able to put it into a ball. And then something else that I use for that is the honey. So first I start with this. I just start mixing together.
Okay.
the peanut butter.
Well, let me get to work, Reagan.
Okay.
You do this
You wanna
enough.
do it? Okay.
I'm gonna get in here.
Just get
Okay.
in there and really Really mix
Really
it in.
mix it in. Okay.
You got to keep
I
going.
learned about folding too recently, so fold it in.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to know,
Yes.
how do you find time for self-care? I know you're big in wellness.
I am. I think it's something that I really have to like prioritize. You know, it's so hard to do, and it's easy to say that you need to do it. But you know, that like hour that I have after my son goes to bed before I go to bed, I mean, that's it. That's the time. I'm like red light. I'm like that Instagram reel that's like the mom doing everything at one time.
Yeah.
Like, reading the book with the red light mask, doing a squat, laying on the mat. Like I'm doing all of it as much as I can at one time.
Right.
But I really do. I try to do some different things. Like I have an acupressure mat that I just lay on by my bed, or I have my red light mask, or I have a book, and like that to me, I'll kind of like pick one, you know, and do it that night. And that to me is always like, it's crucial, you know?
I like that.
Keeping my head on straight and continuing.
Okay. I'm going to have to look into that. I know I'm not doing
You're doing
the best
good. No,
job,
this
but-
is great. See how it kind of like starts to get,
Yeah.
you know, it comes together, and then I end up just using my hands. I also feel like for me, working out is a form of self-care. That,
Oh, absolutely.
like, I do it for the mental, you know what I mean? It just kind of helps me like stay energized and able to kind of like honestly keep up with my son.
Yes.
Okay, next step is I'm gonna add a little bit of honey. This kind of helps make them like sticky.
Okay.
So I just kind of drizzle it on top. Depends on how sweet you want
Sticky adds
them.
some sweetness. Nice.
Yes, and then we just mix it.
Fold it in food.
I really gotta like get my elbow.
Let me move out the way.
I'm
'cause
like-
those elbows are flying
I
over
know,
here.
watch out. I'm gonna.
This is a workout in and of itself. Nice.
Okay, so now this is also the fold-in part. I kind of like spread it out. Take some chocolate chips.
All right. Do you just put them in there whole, or do
I
you...
put them in here whole, but sometimes I put them in a little bowl and I melt it in the microwave for like 30 seconds
Okay.
until they just start to get melted, and then I will dip the ball in there and then put some salt on top.
Oh, nice.
But
Fancy.
if you don't have a lot of time, we're just throwing
This
them in.
is the quick version. Okay.
And then you just kind of fold them. So I will kind of add, actually I should do that now, right? Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
I'm like, I add a little bit at a time so it's not like all in one place. But I love cinnamon, and I feel like it adds just a little extra to the flavor.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That's when you go too hard on the
I said it was a workout, and now we know how fit you are, because you are breaking.
All right, I
spoons.
broke the spoon. This is why I need a medal.
This is
medal
what
spoon.
happens when you're a boy mom and you
This
don't know
is-
how strong you are.
No, literally. I've never broken one of those before. But
I love that. This
love
is the
that.
first for Chatting with Chelsea
This
as
is-
well.
yep.
Okay, so I also love
little
this
more.
is like, you know, cinnamon, honey, salt, things you already have in your pantry.
Yes.
And then even if you have to go to the store, these things, you know, you're spending
Honestly,
less than like $10 really.
Yes, and you don't have to get the oat flour. You can just get oats. Any
Yeah.
oats, and then you just grind them up in your blender.
Bam.
Which is so easy. But I do like the oat flour just because, I mean, it's even faster, right?
Yes.
Okay, so now they're done. So
All right.
this is them. Now we make them into little balls.
All right.
I try to make them like
I mean, how much am I getting? Oh, like the,
Like
okay.
that.
I made a big
like they're
one.
kind of small.
Okay.
Although I
get
end
back
up
to
eating
that one.
like 10 of them. But
Oh, okay, gotcha. This is also
So-
feels like something you could do with your little one.
Yes,
too.
and he loves these, and I'm like, it's perfect because he'll have like oats and peanut butter, and sometimes I call them cookies. I'm like, here, have a cookie.
Yeah. Oh, I like that little play on
He's
words
like,
there.
yeah. Ooh.
Whatever it takes.
I swear,
Okay.
I'm just
We're going to
dropping
do some
everything.
more roll in and drop in and all sorts of things. And we will see you for the finished product after this break. We got more.
Got the feeling. Come back to me. I've got the feeling. Come back to me.
Okay, we're back with more Chatting with Chelsea. Reagan Bregman has put in a lot of hard work, as you can see by this broken spatula, into these protein balls. So after this, you pop them in the fridge, or that's
Yeah.
where you store them?
I will eat them now, and then I'll
Okay.
pop them in the fridge after I'm done, and then I'll let them stay in there. And honestly, they're so good cold.
Oh, nice.
They're pretty
Okay.
good.
All right. You also, I mean, you're covering all of the food groups here, because you
Yes,
got your
love food.
Wild Soul Salsa, which you and Alex launched in
Yes,
February.
yes.
Okay, so I'm going to get into this because
Let's do it.
as I've mentioned, my girl dinner will be chips and salsa.
Oh, yeah.
So I need to add this to my lineup. All right, so this is a mild one I'm serving with?
Yes, that one's a mild. That's the salsa verde.
Okay, good flavor.
That one is so good on breakfast food. I love it on a breakfast taco or like eggs.
Let's say for the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, good to know. I'm gonna work my way to the hotter options, right?
Great.
Okay, what's this one?
That one's mild.
Okay.
What?
It's like I want to guess what's in here.
Yeah,
Is it like a little chipotle or something going on?
So all of them have tequila and mezcal, either one. So they have a little bit of that like smoky, and that might be where you're kind of getting
That is what that.
chipotle.
Okay, that's what I'm tasting. All right, next one up. Let's see, which one is this? This is on the.
That's the hot.
This is the hot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Preparing.
Get ready. Yeah. Thank you. Thanks for the warning this side. Okay.
What do we think on spice level?
It hit me after the initial bite. Okay. I think this is a fan favorite.
That's Alex's favorite too. He loves hot. He's from New Mexico, so he can really handle the spice.
He can get into it.
I'm a little bit less. I mean, I can do it on my crawfish. I have a hard time with like really spicy stuff. I still eat these though. They've kind of grown, like my palate's grown.
Oh, you're building up a tolerance
to the spice. But Alex loves the hot, and he likes it pretty hot.
All right, let me get into the hottest. I don't even know what to do. I'm like, I gotta
This is honestly
get myself ready.
my favorite. It's the mango habanero.
Oh, habanero.
It has a good like sweetness, and it kind of hits you at the end.
Okay.
Like the kick is at the end.
All right, let me get into it. Okay. And, ooh.
It's good, right? And it has that sweetness at the beginning and the little bit of mango.
It's like the heat is building. It's like, hey, girl, we're here.
I'm here. I'm coming.
Love it. Okay. Thank you so much once again. Thank you all for joining me for another Chatting with Chelsea. Hit us up on social media, Chelsea Show Fox. So let us know, have you gotten into these salsas? We'll see you next time. Woo.
Good?
Yeah,
Spicy though,
good
right?
kick. Good kick.